Hi, I'm so happy you could join me today for some yoga. Our practice will be more energetic, meaning that we're going to move through the poses a little bit more quickly, and there's going to be some repetition and then a short relaxation at the end. So we're going to make our way to the front of our mat, standing, and we're going to take our awareness into our feet. And we're going to notice where our weight is in our feet. Is there more weight in the front of our feet? Is there more weight in our heels? And if so, making that little slight adjustment so there's an even weight distribution in those feet. And then we're going to send that awareness up into our shoulders, allowing those shoulders to feel heavy and relaxed. Maybe that sensation of doing that is allowing our chest to feel more open. Letting our arms feel heavy as they lay beside our body. And then releasing the facial muscles and our jaw. And noticing our breath. Allowing ourselves to focus on that breath, which brings us into our body. Bringing that awareness into the space. And then on our next inhale, we're going to reach those arms up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to exhale, swan dive into our first forward fold. So our knees can be nice and bent here, allowing our head and neck to kind of release and relax towards our mat. Just resting here for a few breaths. And then inhale, halfway lift. So we're kind of lifting our chest up, lengthening that spine. Gaze is down towards the floor. And then on your next exhale, we're going to plant those hands down, stepping back into plank or half plank. So we don't want those glutes up in the air. We kind of want a nice seamless straight line from the top of our head all the way to that tailbone. And we're going to lower down as the side of our arms sweep our body into Chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. Tucking those toes, coming through table, pressing back into down dog. And then releasing back into table as you exhale, finding that cat-cow. So sinking our belly to the floor, gaze goes out to the front. Curving our back, tucking our chin to our chest. Let's find one more round here. And then slowly coming back, coming into half stance. Bringing our hands to our hips, shifting our weight onto that left leg. Bringing that right leg forward, finding that low lunge. If this feels good here, you feel nice and stable in that base. Inhaling, reaching towards the ceiling or straight out in front. And then releasing those arms, coming back to center so our legs are kind of at a 90-degree angle. Planting that left hand down by our side, reaching over to the right. And then releasing that right hand, reaching that left hand over. And then come back to center, bring that right leg down. We're going to bring that left leg up, pressing into that low lunge. And then finding those arms, if that feels good, straight out or rising up. Holding here for a breath. And then exhale, coming back to center, releasing those hands. And then we're going to send that right hand up, bending over. And then releasing that, reaching that left arm up and reaching over. Coming back to center, stepping that leg back. And then from here, we're just gonna step right up into that standing, and we're gonna do that all over again. So inhale, exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant those hands down, coming into plank or half plank, lowering down into that chaturanga, releasing that breath. Inhale, cobra, lifting our chest off the ground, keeping the tops of those feet connected to our mat. Then pushing up, coming through tabletop, pressing into downward facing dog. Holding here for a few rounds of breath. Exhale, release into table, finding 2 rounds of cat-cow. Sinking that belly, curving that back. One more here. Finding that middle, coming back into our half stance. Shifting weight onto that left, bringing that right leg forward, pressing into that right leg. Shifting back. We're just going to tap into these side bends. So reaching to the right, releasing, reaching to the left. Sending that right leg back, playing with our balance a little bit. Sending that left leg forward, pressing into that left leg. Push back to center. Bending, reaching with our right. Releasing and then reaching up with our left. And then coming back to center. And then finding that stepping forward, coming to the front of our mat. Let's take a moment to take a few rounds of breath here. Maybe feeling that heart rate accelerating slightly. And then we're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, planting those hands down, coming into plank or half plank. Lowering down through that chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra. And then finding that down dog, coming through tabletop, tucking toes, pressing back. Releasing those shoulders away from your ears. And then releasing those knees down, coming into tabletop. Let's find cat-cow. Last one here. Coming to center, finding that half stance. Shifting that weight, right foot comes forward, pressing forward. This time we're going to skip that side bend. Press back, bringing that left leg forward. Pressing back, coming back into half stance. Let's find the side bend here, reaching. Hands on hips, coming into standing. This is our last round here. So inhale, reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, knees bent, planting those palms down, finding your plank, lowering down through chaturanga. Inhale, baby cobra, chest lifts. And then releasing that baby cobra, tucking those toes, pressing through tabletop into downward facing dog. Knees can always be bent in downward facing dog. They do not need to be straight. So always knowing that everybody's body is different and unique. So it's really important that you listen to your body's cues and what it's telling you. And then exhale, releasing down into tabletop. Let's find that half stance. Shifting onto the left, pressing into that right leg. We're skipping the side bend again here. Bringing that right foot back, left foot presses forward. Come back to center. We're going to stay here in half stance. We're going to inhale, reach. Exhale, coming through, finding that tabletop, and then finding your child's pose. So whether that's knees together, or maybe your legs are come to the edges of your mat, we're gonna press those seat bones back, coming onto our forearms, or stacking fists to support our forehead. And we're just going to take a few breaths here, maybe noticing where your breath is in your body. Do you feel it expanding in your back part of your body? One more round of breath here. Releasing those hands, sending that energy back into those palms, coming up into tabletop. We're going to swing those feet over to the side, coming into easy pose. Coming into easy pose here. We're going to inhale, reaching up towards the ceiling, and then exhale, we're going to fold forward, so palms are going to be coming down towards the floor. Taking a breath here. And then walking the hands back to center. Let's switch that front leg. Bringing that opposite leg forward. We're going to inhale here. Exhale, face palms forward. Coming down into that fold. Breathing here, always paying attention to that breath. And then walking our hands back. We're going to bring our hands together to coming to heart center. We're going to do some little twists here. So we're just going to twist to the left. Maybe send your gaze back behind your shoulder or out to the side of the room. Exhale, come back to center. Turning to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Coming back to center, last one here. And then come back to center, release those hands down. Just gonna do some little shoulder rolls, so whether your hands are on your knees or by your sides. So we're gonna raise those shoulders up, bring them back, kind of squeezing those shoulder blades in, and then squeezing the front body. So up, back, and then forward. Up to our ears, back towards the back, and then kind of like you're squeezing your chest forward. Let's do one more here. Last one. And then we're just going to settle into our seat bones, allowing our eyes to relax. So whether that's closing our eyes, and then let's bring one hand to our chest, one hand to our belly, and sending that awareness to our breath, noticing where our breath is in the body. Feeling that rising, that expansion, and that contraction. That kind of releasing in our body. So that expansion is we're filling up here. And then releasing, kind of softening into our own bodies. Let's do two more. Last inhale and exhale. And then bringing your hands to heart center. I really appreciate you showing up and practicing yoga with me today. Namaste.